Well, I'm glad you guys are out here today. This is our last chance for Solarize Hudson Valley discount pricing. It's a community organization where we help the community go solar at a discounted price. By helping a lot of people go solar, it gets the price down for the community. What you're looking at here is this is the inverters. Right now we're at SunPower by New York State Solar Farm. This is our office in Modena. We're 100% solar powered here. We have the solar panels that are on the roof, which I'll show you.
Okay.
And if you come over here,
yeah, I'm coming.
So these are all of our solar panels on the roof. Each solar panel is putting out 345 watts. So that's a lot of power per square foot. And that's kind of what separates us is when we're using your roof space up, we want to use up as little roof space as possible and put out the most power as possible. So that's how on our office here, we have a little postage stamp office on the corner that we're able to do 100% of our electricity by solar. So then we'll show you over here because you have the solar panels on the roof.
Okay.
But the solar panels don't do anything unless you convert that energy into alternative current, which is what our house uses and our office. So what you can see here is the panels on the roof produce DC. This produces AC. So you can see right now, midday, we're producing 4,864 watts on this inverter, which is unbelievable. And you can see right here, today so far, it produced 10 kW, and that's only on one inverter, and we have 3 other ones here.
So we've walked across the grounds a little bit with Anthony, and he's like, I want to show you this panel. So what are we looking at?
This is one of our SunPower solar panels. This is what every homeowner gets on their roof. The great thing about this panel is it's 5 feet by 3 feet, and each solar panel is producing 327 watts of power in that 3 feet by 5 feet space, which is unbelievable. So what that results in is less panels on the roof, which leaves more roof space. So in the future, if you get an electric car or want to use more electricity, you could always add more solar panels, which is really great. And you can see on the back side of this panel, when you ask about the installation process, these are the terminals that come out of the back of the solar panels. So you can see there's a male and a female. So when you have these plugging in, the male is plugging into the female, and it's just like Christmas tree lights on a Christmas tree. So they just all plug into each other, and then when you have them all wired together, they go into an inverter, and you're producing. So that's the 101 basics of a solar panel, and this is a SunPower module, and you can see right here.
It doesn't seem like it's very heavy.
Not too heavy at all. And right there you can see the label 327 watts that it's producing. So this is what kind of separates the local expert from anybody else is when we're doing a solar system, we're thinking about the long term and how it's gonna last on your roof. And we never want to have to come back out to your house to service it and do any warranty work on it. So we always want to use the best product. So this is what separates us is we use this SunPower solar cell. And what this SunPower solar cell has is all these connections that you see on a standard cell, this is pasted on here, almost like a t-shirt. This is pasted directly on the front of the cell, and also when you paste the lines on the front, it stops the sunlight from hitting the silicone cell, which stops it from producing electricity. Where the SunPower cell has copper connections that are embedded on the back of the solar cell, so it can get as much sunlight as possible and produce as much energy.
Got it. It took me a little while, but I got it.
And the biggest thing here is, if you look at this solar cell, this is standard efficiency. And you can see the connections point between the cells, it's only these 2 little nickel ribbons. And if those break, the cell's no longer producing. So thermal expansion, when you have solar panels on a roof, it gets 30 degrees in the morning and then 140 degrees midday. So it's a pretty volatile place. But Dave, if you take this one and if you bend it,
oh,
that's what happens to the cell. So once it breaks,
oh, that's not good.
It's not producing anymore. And that's the end of it. So when you take the SunPower solar cell,
I was not prepared for that.
You put that one in here. Now the great thing about the SunPower cell is it could break, but it still could produce. So you can see even after breaking up the whole cell, the other cell is fully crumbled, and this one is still together. So it could still pass current through the cell.
Wow.
And that's the difference between the solar cells.